Hi everyone, today we're checking out another video of George Carlin. It's called You Have No Rights, and the video seems to be 1 pixel, but I think it will do because it's George Carlin.
Yeah, we already know. We know who we're watching. Here we go.
Yeah.
Customs. Swearing on the Bible. Customs. Swearing on the Bible. You understand that shit? I tell you to raise your right hand, place your left hand on the Bible. Does this stuff really matter? Which hand? Does God really give a fuck about details like this? Suppose you put your right hand on the Bible and you raise your left hand. Would that count? Or would God say, sorry, wrong hand, try again?
So true.
And why does one hand have to be raised? What is the magic in this gesture? This seems like some sort of a primitive voodoo mojo shtick. Why not put your left hand on the Bible, let your right hand hang down by your side? It's more natural. Or put it in your pocket. Remember what your mother used to say? Don't put your hands in your pockets. Does she know something we don't know? Is this hand shit really important? Let's get back to the Bible, America's favorite national theatrical prop. Suppose the Bible they hand you to swear on is upside down, or backward, or both, and you swear to tell the truth on an upside down, backward Bible. Would that count? Suppose the Bible they hand you is an old Bible and half the pages are missing. Suppose all they have is a Chinese Bible in an American court, or a Braille Bible and you're not blind. Suppose they hand you an upside down, backward Chinese Braille Bible with half the pages missing.
Where would you find that?
At what point does all of this stuff just break down and become just a lot of stupid shit that somebody made up? They fucking made it up, folks. It's make-believe. It's make-believe. Sure. Now.
I agree. I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's leave the Bible aside. We'll get back to the science fiction reading later. The more important question is, what is the big deal about swearing to God in the first place? Why does swearing to God mean you're going to tell the truth? Wouldn't affect me. If they said to me, you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God, I'd say, yeah.
And then
I'll tell you about as much truth as the people who wrote that fucking Bible. How do you like that? Huh?
George Carlin. Today.
Yeah, I miss him.
Yeah.
Swearing on the Bible doesn't mean anything. It's kid. Swearing to God is kid stuff. Did you remember when you were a kid? If you told another kid something he didn't quite believe, he'd say, "You swear to God?" I would always say, "Yeah, I swear to God," even if I was lying. Why not? What's going to happen if I lie?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing happens if you lie, unless you get caught, and that's a whole different story. Sometimes a kid would think he was being slick with me, and he'd say, "You swear on your mother's grave?" I'd say, "Yeah. Why not? First of all, my mother was alive. She didn't even have a grave. Second of all, even if she was dead, what's she going to do? Rise from the grave and come and haunt me? Come and haunt me? All because I told a lie to an 8-year-old? Get fucking real, will you?"
Wow.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would say, "I swear on my mother's tits." Kids are impressed with things like that. I mean, I don't care about my mother's tits either. I didn't care if they fell off. Fuck her. Not my problem. They're your tits, Ma. You keep an eye on them. Swearing to God doesn't mean anything. Swearing on the Bible doesn't mean anything. You know why? Because Bible or no Bible, God or no God, if it suits their purposes, people are going to lie in court. The police do it all the time. All the time.
The police do it all the time.
Yes, they do. It's part of their job to protect, to serve, and to commit perjury whenever it supports the state's case. Swearing on the Bible is just one more way of controlling people and keeping them in line, and it's one more thing that holds us back as a species. Here's one more item for you, the last in our civics book. Rights. Boy, everyone in this country is always running around yammering about their fucking rights. I have a right, you have no right, we have a right, they don't have a right. Folks, I hate to spoil your fun, but there's no such thing as rights, okay? They're imaginary. We made them up, like the boogeyman. The Three Little Pigs, Pinocchio, Mother Goose, shit like that. Rights are an idea. They're just imaginary. They're a cute
Spaghetti
idea.
monster.
Cute. But that's all.
Cute.
And fictional. But if you think you do have rights, let me ask you this. Where do they come from? People say, well, they come from God. They're God-given rights. Oh, fuck, here we go again. Here we go again. The God excuse, the last refuge of a man with no answers and no argument, it came from God. Anything we can't describe
God of the gaps.
must have come from God. Personally, folks, I believe that if your rights came from God, He would have given you the right to some food every day, and He would have given you the right to a roof over your head. God would have been looking out for you. God would have been looking out for you. You know that?
Simple as that.
He wouldn't have been worried about making sure you have a gun so you
Logic.
get drunk on Sunday night and kill your girlfriend's parents. But let's say it's true. Let's say God gave us these rights. Why would He give us a certain number of rights? The Bill of Rights in this country has 10 stipulations, okay? 10 rights. And apparently God was doing sloppy work that week because we've had to amend the Bill of Rights an additional 17 times. So God forgot a couple of things like slavery. Just fucking slipped his mind. But let's say God gave us the original 10. He gave the British 13. The British Bill of Rights has 13 stipulations. The Germans have 29. The Belgians have 25. The Swedish have only 6. And some people in the world have no rights at all. What kind of a fucking goddamn God-given deal is that? No rights at all? Why would God give different people in different countries different numbers of different rights? Boredom? Amusement? Bad arithmetic? Do we find out at long last, after all this time, that God is weak in math skills? Doesn't sound like divine planning to me. Sounds more like human planning. Sounds more like one group trying to control another group. In other words, business as usual in America. Now, if you think you do have rights, one last assignment for you. Next time you're at the computer, get on the internet, go to Wikipedia. When you get to Wikipedia, in the search field for Wikipedia, I want you to type in Japanese Americans 1942, and you'll find out all about your precious fucking rights, okay? All right. You know about it. You know about it.
The war.
Yeah.
I feel stupid. Is it about Pearl Harbor?
I think, yeah. I don't know.
The nukes?
Yeah.
I gotta search for it. Yeah, but something between Japan and at the end of the
Yeah,
World War.
1942. We're talking about the World War. Yeah,
I think
the war.
Fucking rights, okay? All right. You know about it. You know about it. Yeah. In 1942, there were 110,000 Japanese American citizens in good standing, law-abiding people who were thrown into internment camps simply because their parents were born in the wrong country. That's all they did wrong. They had no right to a lawyer, no right to a fair trial, no right to a jury of their peers, no right to due process of any kind. The only right they had, right this way, into the internment camps. Just when these American citizens needed their rights the most, their government took them away. And rights aren't rights if someone can take them away. They're privileges. That's all we've ever had in this country is a bill of temporary privileges. And if you read the news even badly, you know that every year the list gets shorter and shorter and shorter. You see how sooner or later? Yeah. Sooner or later, the people in this country are going to realize the government does not give a fuck about them. Government doesn't care about you or your children or your rights or your welfare or your safety. It simply doesn't give a fuck about you. It's interested in its own power. That's the only thing, keeping it and expanding it wherever possible. Personally, when it comes to rights, I think one of two things is true. I think either we have unlimited rights or we have no rights at all. Personally, I lean toward unlimited rights. I feel, for instance, I have the right to do anything I please. But if I do something you don't like, I think you have the right to kill me. So where are you going to find a fairer fucking deal than that? So the next time some asshole says to you, I have a right to my opinion, you say, oh yeah? Well, I have a right to my opinion, and my opinion is you have no right to your opinion. Then shoot the fuck and walk away.
Endless
Thank you.
circle. Wow.
Ooh.
Too much wisdom in one clip. Really. Another monologue that fits today's time.
I was gonna talk to you about that. Like, how do you feel?
Too much info in 9 minutes, okay?
You know what we have now, you know? Oof,
Wow.
man.
I need a minute,
Now
okay? Just
everyone
think.
wants a right.
He said a lot of factual things about back then, you know, and today. It really fits today's time, and
Now it's even more acute, you know, like, yeah, we have it really now.
yeah, and even he has more materials today to think about and to talk about now,
Can you
even
imagine?
more than.
Can you imagine? Like,
Wow.
every group of people who have any kind of a new opinion or a different opinion, now they demand a total array of rights, you know, like, we want that, we want that, we want that, and you feel obligated to respect everyone and not offend anyone.
He said, rights are not rights, they are privilege.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Wow.
so true. I actually loved when he talked about unlimited rights, and
Yeah.
he's leaning toward this option
Yeah, like,
versus the non-existent right.
Yeah, no
So
rights.
I'm thinking unlimited rights that are not God-given, granted by God. So the government, if they are naturally there, you know, the government must be blocking some of them to keep you dependent, you know, on them.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And if you think about it, the non-existent rights, you may think that the government is creating those rights just to keep you satisfied enough, you know. It's all about control. That's what he
Yeah,
said,
it
you
is,
know.
it
There are
is.
privileged to some and there are rights to others,
Yeah.
you know. And some people,
Yeah, actually, my opinion, if you want to know anything, you gotta get back to the beginning, you know? Like, yeah, like the beginning of that group of people, of that kind of population that you now call a country. Like, how did it actually came from? Where did everything come from? Where did the first man who grabbed the pen and decided to write, you know? And when you go back to history, you know, like, okay, we have this group of people, they are killing each other maybe, we have problem here, a problem here, a problem here. Okay, we should like do that and that to keep to lessen the murder.
to control, yeah.
So yeah, if you now kill, you will be in prison for that many years. You know?
Yeah.
And then it grew from there and it continued to be there. But yeah, definitely it's for control.
Yeah,
It is,
that's
to
what
control.
I think. It's absurd.
But I
you know,
can't
to
think of it
about.
as a bad thing, you know? We have to be controlled.
But he said he is leaning towards unlimited rights. But
Yeah.
but unlimited rights mean no rights at all. If you think about it, if you have the right to kill someone, then the other person, he doesn't have the right to live,
Yeah.
to life. If you
Exactly.
steal, if you have the right to steal,
Yeah.
that says that the other has no right to property. So unlimited rights mean no rights for any.
So they both lead to the same way, you
Yeah.
know, like to the same point.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know if I'm making sense, but this is like a TED talk. Really, it's you know.
I love talking
We're
about,
laughing and we are being taught, and it
I love
made
talking
my-
about such topics, you know.
Yeah, me too.
When
but
you have to think, when you have to dig deeper.
But there's too many information, you know,
Yeah.
and George Carlin always
I love
says
George
them
Carlin.
in a very brutal and honest and
Yeah.
truthful way. That's what I like about him.
The way it's meant to be,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. He's
Take
calling
it.
out the
I don't care how you
absurdity.
feel. Yeah, like I'm telling you
And I love
how
when he
life
talked
is.
about the Bible at the beginning, and God, I
Man.
didn't really expect it, but you know, George Carlin being
George Carlin, you can expect anything. Come on.
Yeah. He
Oh,
always
man.
makes me laugh.
George Carlin.
Speaks my
I wish you are
mind.
here, but you may wish you don't. But I wish you are here.
Yeah, but his words are always, you know, truthful.
Eternal.
And, eternal, especially in these times.
Definitely.
Uh,
Man, I feel happy
know, yeah,
for
me too.
hearing
Me too.
George Carlin.
I love him. I just love him so much. You have
With
no
that
rights.
kind of
We
happy
gotta
note.
discuss it. Those are the thoughts just on top of our, you know,
Yeah.
mind.
But now we're gonna grab our tea and we're gonna talk about that.
I love it.
Do we agree? Now we're gonna have to wrap it up. For any recommendation, make sure to drop down a comment below and don't forget to like the video.
And of course, our journey with George Carlin will definitely continue.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for more.